At some point, you will need to understand this. So you look at it, this is AQI of 38. Alright, that is air quality index. That's how the world represents air quality nowadays, which predominantly takes a whole lot of parameters, of which PM 2.5 is one of the greatest. Of course, I live in the north of Singapore, so this is a reading for that. And you look at it, this is the average representation for every hour. When you say average, it is actually a weighted average. The numbers may go minimum and maximum, you see, they may swing wildly, but here on the center and the extreme right are two of my instruments. Both are different and sitting close by and measuring. Both of them have slight difference in the way they do that. One is instantaneous, the center one, this is instantaneous. It'll show up instantaneously, but it'll average. So it'll average over time, okay? The other one is averaging within a given time. This takes readings every second. It's the one in the center. And of course, this is also capable of formaldehyde, that's the H2O, HCHO, and that is formaldehyde. Then total volatile components, the total VOC. Then it has an estimated CO2, that is total VOC. But it individually, there are several VOCs that cannot be measured or detected. But there are many of these sensors can do a whole lot of work of it, benzene and all that it can do, but you see, between the two instruments, the numbers kind of tally on many of those things. So I am actually making comparison between these two, as well as what we see in real life measured by the NEA, that is the National Environmental Agency, and then reported upwards. And likewise, I am also looking at this one has got a real carbon dioxide sensor, whereas on the center, this one, it has only an estimated carbon, so it is actually making a computation, but nevertheless it still matches close enough. So I have no major concerns about it. It's doing reasonably well. Okay, here our main concern is PM 2.5, particulate measurement. PM 2.5 is the most important of all measurements, of all air quality measurements. And of course, although that is fine dust, that is a measure of everything. Fine particles, excluding all the toxicity and all that in a bitumen plant, for example. There you are. Regardless of the small fluctuations, it doesn't matter. Or instantaneously they can fluctuate based on wind and air direction. They can fluctuate. See, I live somewhere in this region where the point that the hand is showing. That is station is pretty much close to the northern region. And by air distance, I am also close to the Malaysian side. The Pasir Gudang, this side is Malaysia. So it has some influence, and that is more of an industrial area. But nevertheless, the northern area readings is what is being represented here. So I would think I will triangulate and see my readings should be in the, probably not really 38, it might be somewhere in the 40 odd region. And I can actually work backward from the PM that these two instruments measure, or I can actually measure it. So going by the PM for the PM 2.5 by these two instruments measure, my AQI in my area should be higher than 40, 45 or very close to 50. Why is this being done now? So that there should be no doubt that the validity of the measurement by these instruments are just as accurate. There should be no questions about that. So it has been verified against good standards. The instrument on the left, doesn't have a screen. So the mobile phone becomes the screen for it. How it works is it will report back to the Wi-Fi and then you get it back as shown in the side in a window. You can see it on the left side. And likewise, the one on the right, that instrument, it has got a screen. Of course, you can scroll through the screen, and that is when you are local. But when you're on remote location, you have to use the mobile app, and you can see it again transmitted to the Wi-Fi and then back to the screen. I hope you understand everything that I have said. If not, you go through it multiple times and you will figure out. It's not that complex. And ഞാൻ പറയുന്നതും see the things that I've explained എല്ലാം മനസ്സിലാകും. You will understand. Don't worry. എല്ലാം പതുക്കെ മനസ്സിലാകും. Don't worry.